Okay, Ma, you can start.
Good morning. So I'm going to take the topic HCI in the software process. So in this we are going to learn the software engineering and the design process for interactive systems. That is the software life cycle. Next we'll learn usability engineering. Next iterative design and prototyping. So first we'll see what is software life cycle. We have already learned this software life cycle, right? It is a structured sequence of stages for to develop a product in structured manner this life cycle will go. So in this life cycle it depends on waterfall model. This life cycle activities it's based on the waterfall model. First one is the requirement specification. From that the architectural design, detailed design, coding and unit testing will be done, then integration and testing, operation and maintenance. So we'll see this one by one. Requirement specification. Can anyone tell like what will be about requirement specification?
What the user wants, he should specify
Yes,
it.
yes,
Yes,
correct.
requirement should be specified before.
Yes, correct. So in this, the designer and customer will be there. They'll try to capture what the system is expected. So what the requirements is expected, and they'll try to specify that. Next is the architectural design. So what is architectural design? In this, what and all will be implemented? Can anyone tell? Yeah. Then next anything. Okay, so in this, actually, the high level description of how the system will provide the services and how it is related to satisfy both the non functional and functional requirements. Here, both the functional and non functional requirements will be seen. It will satisfy both the functional and non functional requirements. Next, the detailed design. In this, the refinement of architectural components. The architectural components will be refined, and the interrelationships to identify the modules is implemented. Um, that is the how the module should be implemented, which module can be placed first, which module should be placed later. So that will be done in the detailed design. Next is the coding and unit testing. So coding and unit testing, anyone? We have already learned it.
Checking the basic functionalities of the system.
Yes. So, like first, the coding will be done through in programming languages. It is implemented, and then after that, the unit testing will be done. After that, the test components will be tested for knowing the errors. Next is the integration and testing. So, what will be implemented here in integration? Here, actually, first the components will be integrated and then it will be tested. In this integration and testing, only acceptance testings will be done. And what is acceptance testing? In that, what will happen? Can anyone tell? Why we do acceptance testing?
White box testing and black box testing will be done in acceptance testing. White
Okay.
box testing means in presence of that testing environment where the things takes place. Black
Mm.
box testing means where the user without knowing the testers, the user will perform the testing in his own place.
Okay, this is okay, correct. Like for main acceptance testing means why do we do acceptance testing? For what? For what the purpose we are doing it? Actually, this acceptance testing mainly it is based on customers. It is done with customers to ensure that the system meets the requirements. The product, the system which we have designed, it meets the requirements. Whatever requirements they have given, it is meeting or not. So we do acceptance testing. Next is the maintenance. In this maintenance it will like the correction of errors in the system. Last the correction, the errors will be corrected, and then in this these it satisfy the requirements that realized during the previous development. The previous development errors will be occurred, So in this maintenance, the previous development requirements and all will be satisfied in this. So this is the activities in the life cycle. So any doubt in this? Activities in life cycle? Okay. Okay, next is the verification and validation. Okay, can anyone tell the difference between verification and validation? Like, what is verification and validation?
Verification is
Validation
to
means
verify whether the user requirements it is satisfied with the design.
Hmm.
Validation is if you are designing the product, that product meets all the technical everything that is which is
Mm,
technical.
requirements. Yes. Okay. Correct. That's correct. So to tell it simple, verification means designing the product right. The product right, and validation means we are designing the right product or not. We have to test this. Verification occurs within a single life cycle activity. We have seen the activities like life cycle activities. This verification will occur in single life cycle activity. Validation means what? It will demonstrate whether the requirements, the customer requirements are satisfied. So this is the difference between verification and validation. Next is the life cycle for interactive systems. Interactive means what? Like it should be interactive. The all these life cycle, the cycle should be interactive with other cycle, the other processes also. So this is a continuous process. It shows every phase depends on each other. Interactive means what? Each phase should be dependent on each other, then only it will be interactive. If it is continuous and it is dependent on each other, the systems can interact with each other. These same activities will be taken, but it will be dependent on each other and it will be interactive. This is the interactive systems. Next is the usability engineering. Usability, anyone can tell what is usability? Like, why usability? What is meaning for usability? Okay, usability, it compresses the effectiveness, efficiency, and satisfaction. In this usability engineering, here what and all will be done means effectiveness, the efficiency, and the satisfaction of the customers. It is specified with the specified users and can achieve specific goals in particular environment. The product that is developed, it is seen whether it is effective, efficient, and satisfied by the users or not in the usability manner. So this is the diagrammatic representation. So specifies the usability context. In this, it will check whether the usability engineering is reasonable or not. Whether it is reasonable or not, it will check. If it is reasonable, it will specify the requirements. The requirements are specified, then the design is created, and then evaluate the design. The design is evaluated. The system fulfills the requirement. Then we'll get that the system, the required systems is fulfilled. So this is the usability engineering process. In this usability specifications, what and all we'll have is the usability attribute will be having, the measuring concept and measuring method, and low level, worst case, planned levels, best case problems. Everything this will be the usability attribute, what and all attributes we have specified, the measuring concept, what and all is being measured, the what and all methods we are used to measure, that and all will be there. Next is the iterative design and prototyping. Iterative design and prototyping. Iterative design means what? Why do we go for iterative design? Because it overcomes the inherent problems, like the difficult problems it overcomes in incomplete requirements of whether the requirements, if any requirement is incomplete, it will overcome that. So this is the process. The initial planning means what will be the requirements is specified, then it will analysis and the design is created, then it is implemented, then that is deployed, then testing and evaluation is done. So this is the iterative design. After one iteration, again it will start. So this iteration will go on for requirements to be get satisfied. Next is the prototypes. Prototypes means what does prototype mean? It simulates or animates some features for the system that the prototypes are used. There are different types of prototypes. So we'll see one by one. There are three types: throwaway, incremental and evolutionary. The first is the throwaway prototyping. So this prototyping, it is a cheap and fast prototyping. It is commonly used in early phases of design. This prototyping is used in early phases of designing. Okay, throwaway. Like anyone can tell from this throwaway means. Can anyone tell how it will be? Can anyone guess? Mm. Yeah, means like, yeah, correct. It similar, like if you are writing, we are writing the ideas in a paper. We are taking on paper. We are from many websites. We are seeing and we referring and we writing it in we are writing our ideas in a paper. After that, after everything, after all the ideas and all we have taken in the paper, we have to deploy that in a computer. We are putting that in a system. So after that, a paper is of no use. We are throwing it away. So like that itself, again, if we are getting new ideas, the old one we'll just throw it away. We'll throw away, and next new prototype will be developed. So like that, this is the throwaway prototyping. This approach can be a drawback also, in which it will be a drawback means for insufficient level of technologies. If the technologies is insufficient means there will be a drawback for this prototyping. This prototyping is best suited for rough systems where it is used in early stages. Since this prototype is used in early stages, it will be best suited for rough systems. And next is the incremental prototyping. So incremental, can anyone tell? We have already studied incremental process.
One after another, it will happen.
Correct. Uh, Here, actually, the final product is splitted into different small prototypes. Incremental means one after the other, and the last final product which is developed, it will be splitted into different small prototypes and developed individually. That is, different prototypes are merged into a single product. So this method is actually helpful for reducing feedback time between the user and application development team. The requirements will be satisfied incrementally if they have the feedback with the users, the customers, so they can reduce the errors, and the requirements can also be satisfied incrementally. So this is incremental prototyping. And next is the evolutionary prototyping. In evolutionary prototyping, here the prototype developed is incrementally refined based on the customer's feedback. The customer's feedback is taken into consideration in this prototyping until the customer will give the feedback. Until they are satisfied, this prototyping will be done. Actually, this model is helpful for project which uses new technologies. New technologies will be used in the product means we can use this prototyping in that. Um, it can also be used for complex. This prototyping is mainly used for complex projects. This model can be used when the requirements is not stable. If the requirements that the customer gives the requirements, if that is not stable, this evolutionary prototype is used by the team. Next is the techniques for prototyping. In that we have two types, that is storyboards and limited functionality simulations. The storyboards, it need not be computer based. Storyboards means what? Like simple storyboards. It need not be computer based. It can be animated. A prototype, this can be animated. And limited functionality simulations mean what? The system functionality is provided by the designers. This functionality is provided by the designers. It in this the tools is used. Some tools like hypercar that are common, like wizard of OS techniques and like that. This tools are being used in this prototyping. So the warning about the iterative design, actually there's a warning. Design inertia, early bad decisions stay back. Like in early phases itself, if the decision is taken, and later on it will become very difficult for the team to develop it. If customers give the decisions before itself in initial stage, and later on they tell that no, we do not want like this, we want like this, means it will become very difficult. So for that only iterative design is taken. So iteratively, if they have the requirements of customers, it will be easy for them to develop a product. And diagnosis real usability problems in prototype. The diagnosis can be stable. So therefore, that only iterative system design is made. Thank you. Any doubts?
No, Mansi.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Manzi, that was a good presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Ma, are you clear with these concepts about this iterative prototyping, usability engineering, and all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So